So I'm not looking for condolences or sympathy or anything like that. I do use TikTok and YouTube as an outlet. I am going to do a longer video on YouTube when I'm ready, but today I found out that my mother was found dead. But I had a complicated I have complicated feelings about it. I am sad, but I'm not like mourning, if that makes sense. So it should be interesting. The last family death I experienced was my grandmother, who was like a mother to me. She raised me, and the only mother figure that I've really known. I mean, I've known other mother figures, but the only one who really mothered me was my grandmother. And that's something I went through alone. And I feel like this is gonna be another thing that I deal with alone, which is okay. But anyway, so I'm still gonna try to make content. Might not be super happy, but yeah, so anyways, I'm okay though. Have a good night. I find myself taking my mother's death harder than I thought I would. But like, for those of you, if this is relatable, you'll understand. And for those of you who don't, that's okay. But my mother was an absent mother. I didn't have a close relationship with her. I just have moments throughout my life where I've created memories with her. She was, I don't know if she was on some sort of spectrum, like she wasn't normal, like, but she also wasn't clean. Like, she lived a very unhealthy lifestyle. When I was younger, she was in and out of jail, I believe, a few times. She was a drug addict. She was a drunk. She was abused by other people. You know, into my adulthood, as I've learned more and stuff, like, she really did live on the streets. There have been times where she was clean. There's been times where she was lucid. Unfortunately, I do come from a dysfunctional family, so when she's around certain siblings of mine, they also have that lifestyle, so they were in it together. And I do remember when she was clean and lucid, me trying to reason with her. I never really understood why she kept going back to those certain siblings. I think I'm the only one of us who never really had that bond or relationship with her. I do have pictures of me with her from when she was lucid, when she was clean, and I haven't seen her in 2 years, at least 2 years, I want to say. My last memory of her was when she was high and not making sense, because she was one of those people who would go on rants and talking to things that weren't there, or somehow living in a fantasy of something that was not happening. You know what I mean? But like weeks before that, I was actually seeing her and being around her in a more lucid form. So, you know, anyways, just a little background. So for me, it's like, I guess part of me believed I would see her one more time, especially working here in this small town that we live in. She wasn't in this town, but she was in one of the neighboring towns, is where she was. But usually they would, even if they went to the neighboring towns, they would always end up back here. So I don't know, part of me believed that I would see her at least one more time. you know, and part of my sadness for her, you know, it always broke my heart to see her that way. But I don't have any resentments. I don't have any hate. I have no hard feelings. I always felt sad for her because I never really understood her mental. I never understood how she ended up on this path. You know what I mean? But anyways, but now you know, part of me is also relieved because her earthly suffering is over. She's free from these earthly burdens, and also relieved that I don't have to worry about her. You know, quite honestly, she did die the way that I thought she was always gonna end up dying, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I'm okay. You know, I didn't really sleep last night because I was just thinking of my whole relationship with her and the reality of the situation. So like I guess I am mourning in a little bit, in a way, but like I'm not like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyways, thanks for listening to me. But yeah, I'm hanging in there, and I know I'm gonna be okay. I just, you know, like I said, she was an absent mother, so her dying, like I don't feel that loss the way that you would typically a loved one who's part of your life, like, 'cause she was already missing from my life. Yeah, so